speed house build. I don't know. But today we are building a little cottage in Windenberg, and I'm in love with how this came out. I ended up using a lot of the new live edit objects. I think that's what they're called. And I used lots of I don't know, I really like how this house turned out. There's lots of landscaping, so much to the point where I cut quite a bit of it out because there was just so much. And there was like a lot of me scrolling through like all the live edit and debug objects as well. And yeah, it was just kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, so there are quite a few like random cuts in this, but I feel like they're needed because there's a lot where I'm just like trying to figure out what I want, and I I have a hard time figuring out what I want because that's just who I am as a person. So yeah, but this is the like coloring of the exterior. I actually end up getting rid of the chimney, which is something I would never think I would do because I really love having big chimneys on the side of houses, but it just didn't fit this house at all. And I mean, I also don't have a fireplace, so it doesn't make 100% sense, but I ended up just taking it out because it just didn't look good in my opinion. And yeah, I don't know, I was gonna add like a completely like different one, like one that's meant to go on the roof, like size it up next to the house, but I didn't end up doing that either. So oops, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, I really love how this house turned out nonetheless, and I hope you guys like it as well, though it does have quite a few packs in it. And for that I apologize, but I wasn't going to limit myself on this because I was just letting it go full out, like whatever I wanted to do here, and I was just really inspired, and I really like how it turned out. But if you do want to download it, it is on the gallery under the hashtag KittyCatPWY or my origin ID, which is KittyCatPWYarn, and it is named Creative's Cottage. And as for the packs, like I said, there are quite a few, and I apologize. There is Get Together, City Living, Cats and Dogs, Seasons, Spooky Day stuff, backyard stuff, romantic garden stuff, movie hangout stuff, outdoor retreat, spa day, and parenthood. And I actually feel like there are more packs than that, but that's what Sims 4 Tray Importer is telling me, so that's what I'm gonna trust. And yeah, I actually end up changing the fences that are right there, and I use some like free ones that are from the live edit mode or whatever. So yeah, and I found out that when I was getting screenshots for the sim I made for this house, I posted her on Wednesday. The sim I made for this house, I was taking screenshots of her in this house because I feel like that made the most sense. And I found out that she can't really get into either of the side gardens. So like these little areas I'm sectioning out right now, she can't get into because I actually ended up sizing down some of the walls and putting them like on a diagonal, so you can't get there, so I just teleported her there for the screenshots I wanted to get. So you could either do that or you could just like remove those. It's really up to you, like, I don't know. But I think if you remove those, the Sims should be able to get over there just fine. So yeah, don't worry about that. But this house was, it took me so much time, like especially the landscaping, and like I said, I cut a bunch of it out because it just took forever. Like I did this thing with those on both sides of this, so it just took such a long time, but I'm really proud of how this turned out, and I have a really hard time liking the houses I build, so me being proud of this is like something different for me because I don't really tend to like the houses I post. Like, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's like cute, it's, I guess I'll post it. But like this one, I'm like, I love this house and I'm genuinely so proud of it. But yeah, this house also made me think of something that I kind of want in build mode. And I don't know how realistic it is to want, but like I want something where we can essentially, like, say you're on Photoshop and like you can like select a bunch of the different layers and like link them and then move them together. Like, I want something like that. So, like, I could select, like, all of the landscaping in one little area and move it all together, you know? I know it sounds kind of weird, but, like, I feel like that would be a good thing to implement. I don't know. It's just a random idea, but I feel like it would be something that would be very useful to very many people. Like, in landscaping situations, or, you know, if you like, wanted to move your kitchen or something, and, like, you had a bunch of clutter objects placed down already or something. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. And also, I don't think your sim can get to the computer in here either, which doesn't make sense to me. I end up putting it to the left of the front door in the little nook. But by the looks of things, she couldn't get there. And for whatever reason, that was a thing. But honestly, I don't ever play in my houses. And I don't ever, like, playtest either. And the only reason I technically ended up playtesting this one, quote unquote, is so I could take the screenshots for the Create a Sim. So that's the only reason I ended up going into this house at all. And like, most of my houses, I just build for aesthetics. Like, I built a Strangerville house, I don't know, like, probably a month after Strangerville came out, and it's so cluttered that you can't use it. Like, I tried playing in it, and it's so cluttered that it's almost unplayable. But I love how it aesthetically turns out, and that's why I have it. And that's just kind of how I build. Anyway, I just build for aesthetics, unless I'm building specifically for something. So, like, when I build a new house for my Burstone Legacy, like, that will obviously be playable, and I'm not gonna put, like, as much clutter because I want to save money and stuff. But most of the time I build for aesthetics, and aesthetics only, or mostly aesthetics. Like, I like them to be playable, but it doesn't always happen. So yeah, and we are in the kitchen now. I better stop rambling, and I'm just cluttering it up because I figured out how I wanted it laid out pretty quickly. It's pretty much a galley kitchen, just because of the shape of it. But I like how it turned out, and I think it's really cute. Though I am forever trying to put a flower there, or a plant there, and it just didn't work. So I ended up putting one of the decorative plates instead. And yeah, I don't know, this kitchen is very brown, but I think it looks really good. And you may notice that, like, the kitchen and the bathroom are more updated than, like, the bedroom or the living room, and that's because I figured, like, whoever owns this house decided they were going to upgrade the appliances first, which makes sense, and that's what most people do anyway, because, like, they just want those things to be fixed before other things, just because they're, like, things that people use on a daily basis. So, like, that was kind of my reasoning for that, and I feel like it makes sense. And also, the spoon and the fork that I just placed above the door are actually, like, cutting into the ceiling. I figured that out when I was taking screenshots, and I do that all the time. It's really frustrating, not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't know. And now we are on to the bathroom, and I actually took a few days in between. So I did, like, all the exterior and everything in the kitchen, and then I stepped away from it for, like, 5 days. And I actually just finished this the other day, and I really like how it turned out. And yeah, so I should actually be able to remember things about this build, which I'm not used to at all. And you'll see me pulling out those little skulls, and I actually imagine that the person that lives in this house painted those themselves, and that's why they're kind of, like, hung up and, like, being shown off, because, like I said, this house is called Creative's Cottage, so, like, a creative type person, and that's why there is so much, like, creative stuff around. So, like, There's the flower arranging table, there's gardening stuff, there's an easel outside, there's like the little well outside, not the usable one, but like the other well, and there's a computer where they could write or whatever. And I don't know, I pictured that kind of person living here, and I don't know, I just really like this house, and I know I've said that a bunch, but that's just how I feel about it, I guess, and I hope you guys like this as well. Yeah. So now we're just kind of working on like the living room and the hallway kind of in conjunction. Just kind of going back and forth, like if I see something that I feel should go in the hallway, I put it in the hallway. But yeah, so I think, yeah, this is where I put the desk area, and like I said, I don't know why the sim can't get to the computer. I know I put down one of the umbrella racks, so I feel like if maybe I moved that to the other side of the door, the sim would be able to get there. But I'm not an expert in routing, so I don't know if that's what it is or if it's something else. But in reality, I feel that the umbrella rack is the only thing that's like logically in the way. So yeah. And I actually ended up using a lot of those, I don't even know like what kind of rugs they're called, but like the big like woven rugs from Cats and Dogs, because I feel like they give off a pretty cottagey vibe, and I feel like they fit really well in this house. So yeah, there are 3 of them, and I really like the bed I used in here as well. It kind of, the bedroom shows more personality than the rest of the house, in my opinion, and I feel like that just makes sense in general, for houses anyway. It's like a lot of people will like keep their like color scheme and their theme like to the majority of their house, and then their bedroom or the bedrooms multiple will be the ones with like all the personality. And when I say personality in this house, I actually end up making the bedroom pretty bright, which I feel like looks really good against the dark floors and the dark-ish walls. But I felt like this person was very bright and very cheery and loved the color yellow and etc, etc. So I made it very bright and very cheery. And I also added a vanity in here, which is something I don't typically do, but I really like them actually. I was really happy when they came with the game, but like I've hardly ever used them since we got them, honestly. But yeah, so we are just going to put some finishing touches on this house, and then we're going to be jumping into screenshots. So like I said, if you guys do want to download this house, it is on the gallery under the hashtag KittyCatPWY or my origin ID, which is KittyCatPWYarn. So feel free to go ahead and download this if you want. And if you play in it, send me screenshots on Twitter at PWYReal. It's always linked down below. And yeah, I hope you like this house. Happy Saturday. I will see you all in the next video. Bye. I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to become a paw parent because I post new videos all the time. And I will see you all in the next video.